Okay, everybody. After my last little disaster trying to put this book together, I had a naughty, unruly cat, and I had to be done because he wasn't behaving. He was getting in all my cords and everything. So I had to abruptly quit. But I'm finally back. I'm going to finish this book. And the first one, I took a macaroni box and covered it with a couple papers, found the center, and turned the box into a book. This paper is a Walmart pad, Paper Studio. So now I'm going to put the signatures in, which is, I've got them divided. I don't know how many I'm going to put for sure, but I'm going to stitch in the book. So this is 4 signatures. Each one has, and by the way, I'm gearing this not towards my YouTube friends, Instagram friends that know full well how to do this. This is geared at my family or my friends that go, what do you do? How do you do that? You know, they're not probably ever going to make one, but you never know. So I take a book page. This is out of an old Kitchen Clatter magazine, which was published in Iowa. This is 1974. I have 10 different ones. This is a piece of sheet music. Projects and goals. What would you call it? Like, not like ledger paper, but, you know, itinerary. This is from a gardening book. An old dictionary page. And then I added 4 pieces of computer paper that I just coffee dyed, just for journaling spaces. So what I'll do is put them together to form a book and stitch them in. And then we'll embellish them with like pockets and little belly bands, places to tuck things, places to write your secret notes, or just not to do anything special. I bought a book at the secondhand store. I bought many books at the secondhand store, but this one was a book called Things I Wish I'd Written, and it's a wonderful book. There's a lot of pages that just have a very small quote on them. This one is, "The man who never alters his opinion is like standing water that breeds reptiles in the mind." William Blake. The other side, "If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got," by Unknown. I love that. So that's going to be a journaling spot. But this would make up, it's 10 pieces of paper, 2-sided. So there's 20, which makes 40. Very confusing? Not really. I might add a pretty paper. Let's see. Well, we'll do first things first. So I don't like these things. All right, we'll do this first. First, I need to take a piece of cardboard, which I've already cut. I used a file folder, and it's the size of the spine. Now, I could just sew them right through this and have the strings on the back, and you'd see my stitching. But I'm going to, that would be the easy way. But I'm going to sew them onto this and then glue this in. So the book will be glued in, and you will have this pretty spine, which we could decorate. So first, I'm going to cover this so it's pretty. Put this aside. Some different papers here. Let's see. What would be pretty? I'm banging around here. Something pink. Okay. I don't like this paper. It's got chairs. So we will use that. I have all the fancy cutters, guillotine, a heat tool. I have all that stuff. But for beginners, all you really need is scissors, glue stick, a ruler, and maybe a bone folder. It's really not that necessary. My pen's not writing. That's lovely. Okay. That's all I need to do is just tear. So I want to do it as if you were a beginner and you didn't have all those, because crafting can get so expensive. It seems like no matter what you do, if you're doing wood, you have to have a sander and a saw and stain and a sealer or a varnish, a poly, on and on and on. It just goes. Whatever the trend is, if it's chalk paint, whatever they think they tried to sell you, whatever's the cool thing of the day, they're all that way. Yarn, if you crochet, they bring out different fancy yarns, big fat, oh, I love those, where they finger knit with those great big yarns. But anyway, I don't do any of that stuff. But there's got to be a back to the basics. So that's what I'm trying to do. Back to the basics. And I want to show how to do it with very little. So then I'm going to fold this. Doesn't even have to be pretty on the back side because it's going to be, now where's my scissors? It's going to be sewn in. I'm going to cut these corners. I could have gone a little longer. That would have been nice, but it's not going to matter. We just had our Easter this weekend. We didn't have the ham. I think a lot of people have gotten away from the traditional stuff. But we had a great big Easter egg hunt. It was the first time we could get all our family to jive. You can't have it without part of them. It just doesn't feel right. So we always have a great big Easter egg hunt. I used to do it. Now my son, my oldest son, has taken over. And he goes all out. Of course, he puts in all kinds of money. Dollars, dollar coins, 50-cent pieces. He's in it for the... He does it like an adult would. Well, kids like money. My grandkids all want money. But we did that, and it started snowing. We had 80 degrees, and then it went to snow. It's crazy. All it did was melt and make a big old mess. So there, that's covered. And that will go in here with the pages. The next thing I need to do, I guess I need to decide if I want, I think I need 4 of these. Let's see. Put these together quick. They don't have to be in any certain order. On this page, I folded it in half like a book, and then I folded this up so it'll be, let's just glue it. It'll be a little pocket to tuck things in. See how that works? I just folded that little lip over to give it extra strength for when you're putting things in and out. See, now you have a little place to tuck things. So there's a page. We'll do this. Do another white one. Oh, it's not very white. Put in this little garden page. Isn't that cute? This was written by a gal in California. Lovejoy was her last name. And she came over here to a garden farm place that has barns and wildflowers and gardens, and they've got weddings. They perform weddings there, and Prairie Peddler it's called. Well, not here, but it's off not too far. But anyway, they she, the author from California of this darling book, came out to Iowa and did a little speech. Anyway, I got her book. Oh, it's been many years ago. So we'll do this. There's two. Anyway, the book is so cute. It's got the cutest ideas for gardening. It's got a alphabet garden. So it would be for your kids. They would plant a plant from every letter of the alphabet, which can get tricky, I think. Z for zinnia. That's an easy one. A for asters. But anyway, then she's got little stories about different plants. Planting a sunflower garden. So cute. I really hated tearing it up, but I didn't read it anymore. I was done with it, so that's the point, right? I think I'll make that be the center. That's too cute. Webster's Dictionary. Let's see. Copyright 1961, 1966. So that's a 1966. I hit the secondhand stores as often as I can. In fact, we're going tomorrow, my son and I. He collects authors, different authors, and I just go for the vintage. Let's see, I wanted to make this be the center. Geez, do you ever feel like you're all thumbs? There. So there's 3. Thought I'd get a little prepared. Kind of fun to do them in a different order. What's this one say? In the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. Albert Camus. And that's a long one I won't take time to read. So, yeah, I collect so many books, and I get them and I just cannot cut them up. It's ridiculous. But sometimes I go through and like the one book I got on the Castles of Edinburgh, I think I got, 44 different castle pictures out of it. Because when they're hard cover books, it just gets to be too bulky. You can't tuck them under the couch anymore. I have bookshelves made, and they're just... And then I started in on Bibles, old Bibles, which I would never tear up. But how do you pass up an old German Bible when it's like $2? You can't. So there's that. That's stuck. Let's see this dictionary. Anybody watching American Idol? Oh, I don't know where they find all this talent every year. It just gets better and better. I have my favorites. I have my who I think should be in the top 10 figured out. The tricky thing is to not pick them according to their story or their background. But that's really hard because some of them, it's just heartbreaking. You just want them to win. This is cute. Look at this cute little ad. The Joy of Gardening. I think I'll put this in the center this time. Okay. So we have the 4. Might have to do some trimming. I think I might be able to get by with 3. I don't know what I was thinking. I put this together wrong. There. I'm going to need that 4th one. But I think it's going to have to be trimmed. So one of the contestants, I'm sure if you don't watch, or if you watch, you'll know who I'm talking about. He's from the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, Ian. He is Polynesian. He grew up in Hawaii, and now we got to measure. And so going back to Hawaii, it was his home, and he has the most beautiful buttery voice. Okay, I think I'm going to find the first. We'll find the middle, which is 7. So 3.5. I'm going to guess the center. Let's see, I don't want the center. I want the side. What is wrong with this pen? Don't really want to use a Sharpie, but so I want to go 3.5. And then I'm going to eyeball it. Okay. So I need 2 more holes. We'll go down 1 inch. And 1 inch. And then over here, I'll go down 1 inch. And 1 inch. Inch. Well, I'm ready for summer. I went out to the garden center and looked at plants, and it's supposed to snow possibly tomorrow. It's just crazy. Tomorrow night, maybe. And we've had the 80s, so, but I just cannot wait. So this thread that I'm going to use is a waxed, like a waxed linen, and you measure 3 times the length. so you can go back and forth with your stitches. This is very easy, guys. So easy. Let's see. Make sure everything's in here nice. I need a long paper clip. I don't have any out here. That'll work. So I need to transfer my holes to this. I think I want them on the inside. So we're going to measure here and here and here. I actually probably wouldn't have needed to mark on that pink one. So we go into the center. Oh wait, actually, where's my awl? Let's poke holes first. There we go. Go ahead and poke these. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. That just makes it easier. 1, 2. There we go. All right, so we go in like this. I'll do the one in the back first. In that. Let's see, I think I'll tape this. I don't generally do that, but all right, let's see. What did I do already? Okay. So then this is the book, like this. And I'm going to come up through the bottom, back inside. Like that. Through the top. Through this. And then I'm going to tie it on the back. Now wait a minute, I gotta go back inside. What am I doing here? I'm having one of those, brain, whats. In. Back in. Careful not to catch my thread. Come on. There we go. Pull them tight. You have one string on each side of the center string, so you can gather it. This can come off. Pull tight. And tie a double knot. Work. That will work. And it's just like laundry, rinse, repeat. So there's the first one. I'll clip it. What the heck? So it's not so unruly. There. Now the next one, do the same thing all over again. 1, 2, 3, cut. What else? What's new? Let's see. Good Idol, Easter. Oh, does anyone listen to murder stuff? Like podcasts? Oh, love them. Listen to a couple good ones today. I turn them on while I'm working. Let's see, where's my, there we go. Do there. One of them today was about the, which I watched it on TV, the documentary about the Salt Lake, not Salt Lake. Well, it was with the LDS church where it wasn't with the church, but it was a school that had a lot of Mormon children in it. A husband and wife went into a school. They had a shopping cart. It was in the 80s. And they went into the school with a bomb and guns inside the, this probably isn't a good topic to talk about right now, inside the shopping cart, but it had a happy ending. But the cool thing was all these children, when it was all over and they gave their interviews, they spoke about different people that guided them and told them things were going to be all right. It ended up their deceased relatives, or several of them spoke of angels that they saw. 100% believe that. Because there were things that, how did they get out of there alive? It just, too many miracles. So, through the book, through the backing, we've got to bind it all together. I'm going to tape that, get it out of my way. So that was one of them. What was the other one? The other one was a wonderful story about a woman that was in the 1800s. I don't remember her name. Back when women couldn't go to college, and she was so interested in like forensic science type stuff. And at that time, women were not allowed into college. They were not allowed to be in the medical profession. But it ended up, through the whole long story, she ended up being the first woman. She was the chief of police. I can't remember what state it was. Massachusetts, New Hampshire, maybe. See, I'm not a good storyteller. Sounds like I didn't remember it. She donated tons of money. At that time, it was 8,000, but they said it translates to like 130,000 now. Oh, that doesn't make sense. It was more than that. Anyway, she married the heir to the International Harvester Company. I can't recall what her father was. Very, very wealthy. And go back up through here. Get my string. But she ended up inventing this thing called nutshells. And there's 18 surviving ones. And it's like a crime scene. Okay, so back then, now it's all coming back. It's my little bit of, I'm too old to remember things well. To be a coroner, there was no education for it. You just said, I want to be a coroner, and you became a coroner. Well, she thought that was ludicrous because there's no, did I do that right? That's just crooked as can be. No, it's okay. So she invented crime scenes, and she built little dioramas. Where's my string? There it is. Of crime scenes, even down to like a tube of lipstick laying on the floor or a bottle of baby milk that was knocked over. Just minute details. And they took them into the classrooms and studied them. And the results were never told if they had it right or wrong. They just had to, look at the crime scene inside the nutshell. Anyway, those are still existing. I can't remember where they said they were. Boy, I talk in circles. But it was just fascinating. Dioramas in a nutshell, all the way down to just the most minute things. I've got to look that up. Okay. Here's our third one. And we need a center. I'll tell you what, I eyeball it. If I wasn't on camera, I would not be trying to do this so fancy. I would just be going for it. Just be going for it. 3.5. Actually, I need to do it on the inside. If you make a mistake, you just cover it up with a pretty flower. Slap a little picture on there. There's always a way to fix things, isn't there? Bob Ross, Happy Accident. 3.5 right there. 1 inch. 1 inch. Alrighty then. Hole, a hole, and a hole. All right. So in we go in the center. In the center, through the back. And I'm not going to tape it this time. So we're on the back side of this. We go in the bottom, the top. Oh, you know what? Okay. Okay. I'll make sure I got this the same way. Oops, that's upside down. Good thing I thought of that. All right. Make sure your stuff is going the same direction. I just had this one upside down. Okay. And this is the top. So in it goes. I just lost it. And how did I do that? Okay. in the back. I'm sure other bookmakers have done this 100 times. Put things in upside down. All right, in at the bottom or the top, I can't recall. Back in here. It's a very clumsy process. There's no pretty way to do it. Back in. Boy, when you hit those holes, it just feels so good. Back in the center in the back. And back in the center of the pages. Perfect. I felt it go right through. Whoopsie. There we go. Okay. Tie our double knot. This is going to be cute. And you can add more vintage pages. You can tuck them in the pockets. There's tons of ways to get pretty paper in them. Family photos. All that jazz. 1, 2, 3. So we need one more. One more. I get some order here. These things are unruly. We just do this and we do this. Get some more thread. So has anybody ever ordered from Sheen? 1, 2, 3. I ordered some craft supplies on there. I ordered one of each thing. I ordered about, I don't know, 12 things. Because I wanted to see what they were like before I went crazy. And I was extremely impressed. I couldn't believe it. It took about a week and a half for it to get here. Everything from stickers to bulb pins. If you're not a bookmaker, you might not know what that is, but stickers and little pieces of scrapbook paper and just all kinds of cute stuff. Lots of cute stuff. So now I'm like, oh, I wish I'd have got a couple of those. Oh, you know. So we're going to go down an inch, I'm guessing, because it's not really going to matter. 3.5 and 6. There we go. So anyway, awesome stuff. I don't know what page this goes out of. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we'll go in the center, through the center. Leave a little bit of the thread, well, more than a little, so you don't lose control. Through the bottom. Oh, here I go again. I'll check and see if I'm the right way. Let's see. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, this is the top, so this way. Okay, got that in time. through the bottom. Through the page. Sometimes you have to fiddle a little. There we go. Through the top. There they are. Through this little back cardboard thing. Back up the center. Oh, my string came out. Dang it. Not the end of the world. Back through. Let's see, I missed it. There it is. Now I'm going to have to reattach this. That's actually the first time that's ever happened to me. All right. There we go. One string on each side of the center. Pull tight. Tie a knot. Whoops. There we go. A mess. Okay, so now we've got our pages together. We'll glue this in really good. Really, really good. I've had my lid off. Okay, here we go. I love to make sure I have a lot of glue. This is Fabri-Tac. It's acetone base. Dries fast, works on fabric, fabric to fabric, paper to paper. There you go. And we're going to put that in right in the center and press. Oh, come on. There we go. I don't know any better way to get this to stay. If anybody has a trick, idea, let me know. There we go. Beautiful. Fun, grungy little book made with scraps so far, except for the paper pad that I bought and the glue. But I did this without any fancy tools and some secondhand store books, computer paper. There. I think that'll work. All right, I'm going to leave that alone so that I don't mess up the glue. And I'm going to quit for the night, let this dry, and then I'll decorate it on camera, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to the secondhand store. They have books, 10 for $3. So when I get there, I used to go straight to the jewelry because I disassemble jewelry for my pretty dangles for my books. And I've gotten so much of that. I go straight to the books now. And I just look for vintage. Anything, I try to find, I can't find them anymore. Little golden books. I think I've got about 30 of those. I was going to make journals out of them, but I can't do it. I can't cut them up. I just have this beautiful stack of little golden books with the beautiful little gold binding that we all know and love. But I look for, like, oh, you know, the old 1950s cowboy books and all those. They have the jackets are just gorgeous on them. And so that's kind of my new thing right now. And I do whatever I can to find 10. And I look for, if I can't find 10 for me, well, I often find a few for my grandkids. So then of course, I have to get to 20. But anything after 10 for $3, they're just 35 cents a piece. So I usually spend about $3 on books. Like I need them. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to go look for books and whatever else I can find. There's all kinds of things you can junk journal with. Thank you for watching this, Kathy. I did this for you because I know you are interested, and I don't think you'll ever do it. Bobby, maybe you might want to someday. I doubt it. It's very easy. You could even do recipe books, whatever. But thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll get this finished one day. Good night, everybody.